The Jordan River, a winding artery of water cutting through the heart of the ancient Levant. Over 3 millennia ago, this rushing torrent stood as the ultimate barrier between a wandering nation and their promised destination. Yet, whispered chronicles from antiquity claim an impossible event transpired upon these very banks. What if these accounts were never mere mythologue? A sacred chest known as the Ark became the focal point as the travelers approached the crossing. Historical texts assert this. Relic was carried directly into the raging currents. Instantly, the flow ceased. The waters surged backward, revealing dry earth beneath their feet. A massive river halted in a single heartbeat. Was this a localized miracle, or the operation of a forgotten mechanism far beyond primitive understanding? If eyewitnesses truly documented a physical event, the artifact may have been far more than a spiritual icon. It behaves like a device generating immense physical force. Targeted directional energy, acoustic pressure waves, or localized atmospheric displacement could, in theory, part a body of water. Throughout the ancient world, bizarre phenomena are consistently linked to this enigmatic object. It raises the possibility that early civilizations possessed a framework of physics we have completely lost track of. According to early accounts, this anomalous power was unleashed again at the fortified city of Jericho. Colossal stone ramparts protected the stronghold, rendering it impenetrable to conventional siege. Yet, the besiegers executed a highly unorthodox strategy. For 6 days, they marched around the perimeter in absolute silence. On the seventh day, they circled the fortifications repeatedly. Then the horn sounded, and a unified shout echoed from the crowd. In an instant, the monolithic walls shattered outward. Analysts suggest that a precise combination of sonic frequency, rhythmic vibration, and the energetic field of the relic itself may have induced a catastrophic resonant frequency within the masonry. Sonic energy is entirely capable of structural destruction. In the modern era, acoustic shockwaves can shatter glass and compromise buildings from great distances. Properly focused, sound becomes a highly destructive force. Could the fall of Jericho be the earliest recorded instance of advanced acoustic warfare? The enigma intensifies in northeastern Africa, where towering monoliths and temples still stand with mathematical perfection. Investigators are left wrestling with the same core dilemma. How were these multi-ton structures erected without industrial machinery? Materials like granite and diorite are notoriously difficult to fracture cleanly, even with contemporary diamond-tipped tools. Yet, ancient stonemasons shaped them with microscopic tolerances. The boreholes and grooving patterns frequently mirror industrial lathe work. In the late 19th century, pioneer researchers documented strange tubular granite cores and flawlessly bored cavities deep inside the Giza complex. The striations were uniform. The symmetry was absolute. It looked entirely mechanical. Early archaeologists were stunned by the sheer precision. The spiraling grooves on these artifacts are far too deep and consistent to have been achieved with soft copper chisels and loose sand. Decades later, modern experimentalists attempted to replicate these drilling techniques using period-accurate tools. However, the manual reproductions failed to duplicate the speed and flawless geometry found on the original stones. Under high magnification, the feed rate of the ancient drills indicates a penetration speed that defies manual labor. It forces us to reconsider what kind of mechanical advantages were actually available in antiquity. Thousands of miles away, another relic emerged to completely disrupt the historical timeline. Salvaged from a deep-sea shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera, a calcified mechanism was found containing a breathtakingly complex system of interlocking bronze gears. Scientists classified it as the world's premier analog computer, yet it was forged over 2,000 years ago. The sophistication of the device was so jarring that researchers likened it to finding a jet engine in a medieval tomb. A mechanism of that caliber simply shouldn't exist in that era of the archaeology. But this is a debate that belongs to all of us. I want to know your theories. Was it ancient acoustics, lost engineering, or something extraterrestrial? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive, and click right here to watch the next mystery unfold. See you there.